Exactly 5 o'clock on a Wednesday. How we doing? It's Evan and Tiki on the eve of Labor Day weekend. Tiki is in Greece. I just got a report that his wife is bored. So he's in Greece, but he's bored. Shaun Morash sitting in the big chair. My son Spence is hanging out today. And let me just start off by reminding every single person who is in their car leaving Yankee Stadium, or if you're in your car driving to Citi Field, when you beat a bad team, and yes, the Washington Nationals are a bad team. Don't tell the Mets, who lost 2 out of 3 to them last week. And don't tell Sean Manaea and Kodai Senga, who couldn't get through the 5th inning. But when you beat a bad team, it counts the same. So as upset as Yankee fans were, rightfully so, for the awfulness that was the weekend against the Boston Red Sox, they needed to do what they just did. And what they just did was surgically displace the Washington Nationals. They did it offensively. They did it with their starting pitching. A really good performance by Max Fried, who flirted with perfection and a no-hitter early on. This was a complete dismantling of the Washington Nationals. So before you, Sean, or anybody else, you too, Tommy, fool's gold McNeil back there, before anybody talks about, every win counts the same. Now, I'll be the first to admit, do they need to be better against the Red Sox? Yes. Do they need to be better against the Blue Jays? Yes. But I'm going to tell you something interesting. When you're playing a baseball game on a Wednesday afternoon against the Washington Nationals, it is impossible to beat the Blue Jays at the same time because you're playing the Nationals. You can't beat the Red Sox on a Wednesday afternoon when you're playing the Nationals because you're playing the Nationals. So let me just get that out of the way. It's a little pep talk for everybody.
Okay.
The New York Yankees did their freaking job over the last 3 days. Congratulations.
Yeah, if we're operating in facts, the New York Yankees are the hottest team in Major League Baseball over 15 games. 11-4, they're 14-6.
That's kind of crazy when you think about it.
I know, especially the weekend we had. Again, I'm not giving you an opinion, just the facts.
Yeah.
The Yankees are the hottest team in baseball. And the facts are also that now for the second consecutive start, albeit again versus a bad team, but as Evan pointed out, you can only face who's in front of you. Max Fried looks back as the Yankees ace. And if the Yankees have ultimate dreams of defying the odds I think they're capable of, Max Fried needs to be a big part of that. And above anything else, all the runs they scored today, I thought that was the most important thing to come out of today, especially coming out of that long inning where Max Fried was probably throwing the way guys have to hit in cages and still dealt after that.
I may be the only guy who thinks this way, but I have to admit, as the Yankees were orchestrating that 9-run 3rd inning that took, I'm not even joking, like 45 minutes,
Yeah.
there was a thought going through my mind. And that is an old school Evan Roberts thought, which is, how is this going to affect Max Fried, who has so far retired everybody he's faced? Because in my brain, I'm like, you know what? 9 up, 9 down. What a magical Wednesday afternoon this could turn into. I'm thinking that early about a Max Fried perfect game. I'm not going to lie to you. And I wasn't the only one, because Ryan Rucco was freaking out over the BS ball 4 to Riley Adams, in which he clearly swung. So I was curious how he was going to respond to that long 3rd inning. Obviously, it's great because it put the game away, but in terms of his effectiveness, and he did.
Yes.
And you're right about that. Like, Max Fried had his struggles. Max Fried has responded. And it matters. And for anyone, and this is what annoys me so much about baseball fans, and I'm not, Tommy, this is not about you, because I think you think I'm attacking you, because I know you kind of crushed the Yankees recently as fool's gold, and they're not that good, and they're bullies. I'm not attacking you, because I think a lot of people do this. When the Mets or the Yankees beat up a bad team, there's always that hand-wringing of, wow, they're bad, it doesn't count. How did you feel? Oh, damn it, I can't ask Tommy. He's positive, Tommy. I'll ask myself. Evan, how'd you feel when the Mets lost 2 out of 3 to the Nationals? And the answer is sick.
Yes.
Disgusted. So you can't have it both ways. You still have to beat the team in front of you.
You're right.
And the Yankees, to their credit, have done a really good job of doing that. Now, do they need to be a lot better against the better teams? Of course. No one's arguing that.
The sweeps help. Because you want to always win the series and take 2 out of 3. Sweeping on a day like this is where you should feel good about it, because that gains some of that ground back that you've lost with some of these bad losses. You're not just winning series versus the bad teams, you're sweeping them.
Right. You're making up for all the lost ground. I mean, you said it best that the Yankees are the hottest team in baseball over the last 15 games, despite the pimple and embarrassment of losing 3 out of 4 to the Boston Red Sox at Yankee Stadium.
And they've played so well that you know what the Blue Jays are hearing right now? Ding dong. Who is it? The New York Yankees.
Well, because as I've tried to tell you for a while now, I like Toronto. They're a very talented team. They've had one extended hot streak this season. The rest of their season, they've been average. And so the Yankees are in position to compete for this American League East. They have head-to-head games with Toronto. And I get the Yankee fan who says, well, I don't have any confidence they're going to beat them because they've struggled against them. I get that. The Yankees have a lot to prove against good teams. But all they did over the last 3 days is dismantle a bad one, and that's necessary. Now, before we get to your phone calls, before we get to Mets-Phillies, before we get to Howie Rose destroying a Phillies fan, and of course, we will talk to you at 888-808-1019, whether you are leaving Yankee Stadium or you're on your way to Citi Field. It is time for a 505 edition of Cinco de Five-O.
Cinco de Five-O with Evan and Tiki on the Fan.
Cinco de Five-O is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything, everywhere. So the Yankees with a big, thumping 11-2 win as they continue to be the hottest team in baseball. So what were the 5 moments that bothered me the most from a Yankee blowout win today?
5 things that bothered you the most?
Believe it or not, there were 5.
In a game they won 11-2?
Yeah.
All right.
Because I'm a realist, Ev. Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. Number 5.
How about bottom of the 5th inning? 2 outs, nobody on. The Yankees are up 11 runs. It's the perfect time for Anthony Volpe with no pressure to do something. He grounds out. Here we go.
Number 4.
How about the bottom of the 8th inning? 2 outs, nobody on, blowout win, no pressure. Anthony Volpe strikes out.
Oh, I see where this is going.
Number 3.
How about the bottom of the 1st inning? After that Grisham homer, the Yankees load the bases. This is before the explosion in the 3rd inning. 2 outs, bases loaded. All right, Anthony Volpe, let's break out of it. Anthony Volpe lines out, leaving the bases loaded to end an inning.
Number 2.
How about the bottom of the 3rd inning? The inning of the year for the Yankees. Jazz Chisholm on second. The Yankees in the midst of a rally, up 5-0. Anthony Volpe grounds out. Here we go.
Number 1.
And the number 1 moment that bothered me the most.
I can't think of anything.
We'll go back to the bottom of the 3rd inning. The bases are loaded. There's 2 outs. The Yankees are in an historic inning in which they're about to face the 77th pitch, which is, in the last 25 years, the most amount of pitches the Yankees have ever seen in an inning. Could the Yankees see a 78th pitch that inning? They could not. Because Anthony Volpe struck out to historically make 2 of the 3 Yankee outs in that 3rd inning, finishing it off an 0-for-5 day after a crap sandwich the night before, and something we had argued about. Should Caballero go back and play today? But it's all right. It's all right.
Well, it is all right because they won 11-2.
And you know what? Look at that line out. He's making good barrel. Ask Aaron Boone. He's barrel on the ball.
All right, so let me respond.
Morash, you're an idiot.
What a day, Ant. What a day. What do you contribute, pal?
Let me respond to you in 2 ways. Number 1, very creative Cinco de Five-O.
Thank you.
I mean, it was almost perfect symmetry that Anthony Volpe went 0-for-5.
Yeah.
So it was nice and easy for you.
Perfect symmetry, too, that the Yankees scored the amount of runs that Anthony Volpe wears on his jersey, and he contributed to none of them.
That is true. Okay, so I know that Yankee fans were unhappy with, the lineup before this game. Some angry that Volpe was back in the lineup after doing nothing the previous night. We talked about that yesterday. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Giancarlo Stanton, who is freaking Joe DiMaggio right now, out of the lineup day game after night game.
I actually had less of an issue with that because we understand the Giancarlo load management.
Yeah,
so.
Here's what my answer to that. I think the same thing with Giancarlo. If you're going to pick your spots with him, this is probably the spot to do it. You have Max Fried on the mound. You figure you're going to score runs anyway. Day game after night game.
Right.
Like, I get the Giancarlo thing. I even get the Volpe thing. Like, you sat him with the hope that this was going to get him going.
It got the whole team going.
It got the whole team going. It didn't get him going. Now, I want to say 2 things to you. Number 1, you won the game 11-2. There really are no negatives. But the second thing is, you're obviously right. Like, they have to be done with the Volpe everyday thing. Jose Caballero brings another dynamic to this team. He's incredibly versatile, so even when you start him at shortstop, there's a chance late in the game Volpe's going to come into the game because Caballero's going to end up in another position. But I always say this to you, and I will say this to you today on Wednesday, August 27th. We are now at the point of the season. This goes for Carlos Mendoza. This goes for Aaron Boone. You have to play the players who give you the best chance to win. Anthony Volpe does not give them the best chance to win. And John Heyman, I give John Heyman a little bit of credit.
Okay.
You agree with me, Spence? Spence keeps poking me. That Anthony Volpe stinks? Yes or no? Yeah? No, he doesn't.
No, just give me that.
Give you what? The microphone? I'll give you the microphone when you're ready to have a strong Anthony Volpe opinion.
That's the Volpe.
Spence has already had a better day than Anthony Volpe.
Anthony Volpe no longer gives them the best chance to win.
Nope.
And so I definitely think that going into tomorrow and going into Friday and going into the weekend, he should not be the everyday shortstop. But let me get to what John Heyman said. John Heyman at the very end of the postgame show, you guys may have heard it if you've been listening for the last 10 minutes, said, do you think the fans are getting to him? And I'm kind of thinking it is the case. He's getting booed unmercifully at Yankee Stadium. He's going through one of the worst slumps in Yankee history. Yes, he didn't throw a ball into the stands, Aaron. If that's the case, give him a medal.
Yeah.
But the guy can't hit right now, and I do think he's being affected by the pressure of the fans. Like, I get it. And I think right now, not that they should DFA him, not that they should send him down, but he shouldn't be the everyday shortstop. No. So if that's what your Cinco was looking for from an IBO like me, then you got it. Spence, do you agree Volpe should be benched?
Yes.
All right, Spence, that's right. And
Now
if you're ever a Met
Shut up,
through the
Tubby.
slump, I'll say you should be benched too.
Boo Matt.
Did you just boo the Mets?
I love that.
What
That was
happened?
unsolicited, too.
You're wearing your Met jersey. No one paid you $100.
I want dollars.
I want dollars.
Oh, he wants dollars. He's thinking of BT.
That's great.
Wait, you want to be paid to say boo Mets like your brother did?
A boo Matt.
Yeah, but nobody paid you, Spence. You're not getting money for that.
I'm getting money.
BT's not paying you for that.
Yeah.
Really? You're demanding money from Brandon?
Mets suck.
All right.
Rami, make sure we rack all that.
Can you let BT know that he owes Spence $100?
I might hire Spence as my agent.
This is great. So Anthony Volpe, and this is from Katie Sharp, has a
Sit over here, buddy.
0.27 on-base percentage over his last 11 games. That's
Right.
38 plate appearances, 1 hit, 0 walks. He can't even draw walks. That is the lowest on-base percentage by a Yankee non-pitcher in any 11-game span in this franchise's history.
Yeah, he shouldn't play.
So this has gone beyond...
He shouldn't play. I'm with you.
Yeah, it's historic now. And think about how hard this is to do. And I don't blame any Yankee fan that was sitting there today on a beautiful weather day. The Yankees had the greatest inning they have had all season long.
Right.
And that inning ended with fans booing. Booing.
No, I can't.
But think about the logic of that.
Yeah.
Anthony Volpe, to talk about the fans getting to him, they were in a spot where they booed a 10-run inning. That's hard to do.
I think, and not to get into the head of every single Yankee fan, I'm sure we'll hear from you throughout the day and throughout the day on this radio station because he is a lightning rod. I mean, he is, I'm not going to compare him to A-Rod because A-Rod had a lot of talent and his controversies were more off the field. But Anthony Volpe has become the whipping boy of New York Yankee fans. And I think a part of the reason that is occurring is that it feels like it's handed to him. He has not done anything in 2.5 years to maintain this job. So when somebody like Jose Caballero, who they acquired weeks ago, shows you something and basically makes it obvious that while he's not an all-star, he gives them a better chance to win, I think the Yankee fan looks at Volpe, who they've watched for 2.5 years, and says, what have you done to earn this? And I think that's where the resentment is coming from. And then I think it's also a resentment towards the Yankees that they continue to tell you, well, he's fine defensively. He's okay. He'll get out of it. And so I think a lot of the boos at Volpe are actually boos at Aaron Boone and Brian Cashman.
Evan, you just kicked the football right through the upright.
Oh, thank you.
So this is a message to Aaron Boone, Brian Cashman, anybody in the Yankee organization has to be listening right now. You are putting us Yankee fans in a position we don't want to be in. Do you think any Yankee fan really has like vitriol for a local kid from Jersey that got to live his life? We don't want to boo Anthony Volpe. We don't want to dislike Anthony Volpe. We see that he cares.
Right.
But you're giving us no option because you're not getting the hint that the rest of us are seeing with their eyeballs. He is swimming, he is lost, and he is a hindrance to this Yankee team right now. And it's not fair to him, and it's not fair to the fan base that doesn't want to react this way to one of our own.
No, and it's interesting. I think sometimes we get the reputation around here at WFAN that, it's all about the negatives. The Yankees won 11-2. Why are we even talking about Anthony Volpe? But I think the crowd at Yankee Stadium showed you that's what Yankee fans are thinking. Now, the first thing I said when we came on the air today was, you guys surgically destroyed the Nationals. You swept them, and you did your job.
We swatted the Nats.
You swatted them, and you did what you were supposed to do. So I think the overriding feel should be positivity, because the Yankees are a lock to make the postseason. I mean, let's be honest. Look at the American League standings.
5 games up in the loss on the Royals.
Bro, Nate Eovaldi's out for the season now. Not that Texas was much of a threat. So this thing's over, but yet Volpe having an over 5 game in a game you win 11-2. It's a the story of the game. And I do think a part of it is resentment towards the Yankees for force feeding him down our throats.
There's no question about it. And stuff like Boone said post-game, I know he's trying to protect his player, but, well, look at his defense. That's really come around. That guy basically sailed one into the crowd this weekend, too.
I know.
I mean, we're not idiots, Aaron. We're watching the game.
I know. All right, Spence, who's your favorite professional wrestler? Go.
Blue match.
No, don't. You have that living forever now, Spence. Real quick, do you want to say your favorite wrestler? You don't have to. It's okay.
Roman Reigns.
There you go. We all acknowledge him. I will take a quick break. We'll get back to you, or we will get to your phone calls. Met fans as well, 888-808-1019, as they get set for a big series with the Philadelphia Phillies. Plus, you get to hear Howie Rose destroy a Philly fan on the radio broadcast the other night. We're doing it all live from the Town Fair Tire Studios.